So Canelo Alvarez knocks out Amir Khan in the sixth round in a devastating way. And all I have to say is that I'm happy that Amir Khan was okay because he was out for a good maybe about a minute or two, and then he was able to be revived and get up from the canvas and conduct a post-fight interview in the ring along with his trainer Virgil Hunter, which I'll get to later in this video. So as I stated about a couple months ago when this fight got announced, I know a lot of the uploaders and the commenters on the YTBC was very disgusted that this fight was even announced. More so against Canelo Alvarez than Amir Khan because a lot of people were saying that Canelo Alvarez is, you know, creating this quote unquote unrealistic weight class of 155, which is a 1 pound above super welterweight, which is pretty much a middleweight fight. Well, not a real middleweight fight that I may add, because he can stay away from the true 160s and fight guys who are coming up from 147 and 155, and then they can challenge him for the middleweight titles. So that's where Amir Khan sees the opportunity to come in and take this fight. And I said that this was going to be an intriguing fight, though the other YTBC uploaders didn't like this fight, and they criticized Canelo, and rightfully so, and so is Mir Khan, because they felt Mir Khan talked himself into this fight. That may be true, but at the same time, it doesn't dismiss the fact that this was a very intriguing fight. Now, this fight itself was good. No doubt about it. Mir Khan was fighting extremely well, boxing beautifully, using angles, throwing good power shots, combinations. Of course, the hand speed was there. He used his reach, and that was bothering Canelo. But needless to say, I think the X factor in this fight was that Canelo Alvarez did a little better. He did a better job of cutting off the ring than normal, because Canelo's Achilles heels is that he's always very, very vulnerable to cutting off the ring, and obviously extremely slow, flat-footed, but does have decent hand speed in those punches, and he's a very powerful guy. And the body shots that he was landing on Khan was taking the toll on Khan, and it slowed him down. And according to the CompuBox stats, Canelo was landing, so many body shots, and and then Khan was just focusing more on the headshots. And he's probably was told, to instructed to neutralize a boxer's offense, you're going to have to go to the body. Forget going to the head. I guess those were one of the lessons he learned from the Floyd Mayweather and Erislandy Lara's fight, is that don't go headhunting against boxers like particularly Amir Khan and Erislandy Lara and Floyd Mayweather. You're going to have to break them down, wear them down, go to the body, attack their body, because if you do that, you slow down their mobility, you slow down their footwork, and it will neutralize their movement in the ring where they can create angles. Perfect example of that was Mike Tyson when he fought Terrell Biggs back in '87, and where Biggs was the more he was the skillful boxer, and he had the longer reach, whatnot, and he was more technical than Tyson. So what Tyson had to do is that to negate Terrell's offense, he had to break him down with the body shots, wear him down, and then he eventually got him out of there in that fight. And this is exactly what Canelo did. Before the stoppage, I scored the fight even because I think Mir Khan took the first 3 rounds, and then Canelo started to claw black and even up the fight with the relentless pressure and the body shots and the most precise punching. And his punch output was a little bit more than Khan's in the in those 3 rounds. And don't get me wrong, Khan was throwing more punches, but he wasn't landing more. He wasn't really landing those shots because he was so worried. Not saying he was worried. He was just so worried about Canelo's power, and he was trying to get away from him as much as possible. But again, I think those body shots are what really took the toll. Now, where do these men go from here? We all know that Canelo Alvarez is mandated to fight Gennady Golovkin. And if Canelo doesn't commit, the WBC did state that they will strip him. Well, we'll see if that will come to fruition, because we all know the WBC has no clout when it comes to their stance and rulings. Now, I know that Abel Sanchez and Gennady Golovkin, I believe, walked into the ring after the fight when Canelo was interviewed. And Canelo said, look, I invited him to come into the ring, and I want to show him that real Mexicans don't fuck around. That's what he said. And he said, I'll fight you right now. I got my gloves on. I'll fight you right now. And this is what he said to Triple G. Now, all I got to say is this. despite it was a good fight tonight, some would argue this is more another. Some would say that this could be another disappointing fight for the pertaining to the middleweight division because again, I thought this was an intriguing fight, but no one else really didn't want to see this fight. So now, Amir Khan said himself after the post fight, him and his trainer said, "Look, we took the risk to fight a bigger guy. Okay, Canelo needs to stop playing games. He needs to stop this bullshit with the 155 catchweight games, and he needs to start fighting Triple G at his weight. Stop hiding behind him and fight the man now at his best weight." And to me, I couldn't agree more. Then on the flip side of things, Triple G, what he needs to do is that if he really wants this big fight with Canelo Alvarez, I say just give in to the 155 demands. Because Canelo looked a lot slower than normal in that ring too as well. Don't get me wrong. Because I think that 155 and him making that weight is really killing him. And you see that perfectly exhibited in that weigh-in. So, as far as Amir Khan's concerned, he did say that he will go back down to 147 because that is his normal weight. That's where he'll be more comfortable fighting at. Now, that's what he said he was going to do. But do you beg to differ? Do you think Amir Khan doesn't have anything left? Do you think he does have a future left? Let me know what you think. And let me know what you think that what Canelo should do at this point. Should he take a fight with Triple G? Obviously, I think he should. And if he does vacate the title or if he does get stripped, where does Canelo go from here? Or where does Triple G go from here? Now, to those who keep saying that Triple G needs to fight Canelo, he needs to fight Canelo, I agree. He has to fight him. But what if the fight doesn't happen? Where does Triple G go? Where does Triple G go from there? Where does Golovkin go? I mean, Billy Joe Saunders said he wants to fight, but is he serious about it? I don't know. Knowing that Billy Joe Saunders has said that he was serious about this fight in the past, and then he kind of recants his statement saying he don't want to fight. Now he wants to fight, so I don't know. So the thing about this Erislandy Lara talk situation, let me comment on that real shortly. Lara had recently came out a couple days ago and commented on the Canelo Khan fight, and he felt that this fight was bullshit. And he said that he wants the Canelo rematch, which Oscar De La Hoya ducked. He wants Gennady Golovkin. Now that's another call out. Now, as I initially stated about this whole Lara and Golovkin fiasco, Lara people answered Triple G's challenge when he and his management, by that matter, called out the 154, 168 divisions. And I have to allude to that again. Loeffner was asked about a potential Lara bout, and he declined. I'll post a link to the article below. This came 2 years ago. He said, no, we're not interested in a Lara fight. Okay, then when Lara made those call-outs, his team, along with Loeffner's another statement, came out and admitted that they weren't, they didn't reach out to Loeffner or K2's management to try to make the fight. Okay, fine. So with that said, both sides were not interested in the fight. Okay, now that Lara has called out Triple G again, Loeffner and his group hasn't responded to it. But yet they responded to Kell Brook. They said that, well, if Kell Brook is interested, if he's serious about it, we'll pursue the fight. That's what they said. But when Erislandy Lara calls him out, they don't want to say nothing about Lara. I don't know what's going on here. And I've said my piece about this, and I'll say it again. I think both sides, Lara camps and the Golovkin camps, need to come together and make the fight happen. And I think that if Triple G's camp is serious, if they really want the Lara fight, I think they should go out and talk to him and call him their bluff and expose Lara's group and say, you know what? We reached out to him. We were serious about making the fight, but they rejected it. That's all they have to say. But they're not doing that. And this is, piggyback from Hatman's last video. And I'm also hearing that some people saying that that's outrageous. No one's ever said that Lara needs to reach out to Triple G and make the fight happen. Clearly they have, and I'll make another video about that. But let me know what you think. Care to comment, share, subscribe, sign off. Peace.